Hi, welcome to this tip about knee stretches. So when you start an individual on this exercise, you cue them to be about 1/3 from the bottom edge of the glide board. You will move them further or back according to their torso size and to what their body looks like when they actually assume the position. So right now we put the adjustable, not the adjustable foot holder, rather the adjustable toe bar down to the bottom level. And we're going to have Nicole here go into that knee stretch position, where first she might go plank and then go into a flex position at the head, the cervical, the mid-back, low back. And I almost tell people to feel as if there's a cushion or a pillow between their rear end and their heels. If it feels easier, I have people tuck their toes underneath so they can feel like they're pressing back. That's just an option. So whatever feels best for you. If I notice that she's really flexed, or I've done an evaluation and this is a one-on-one, or I know from her walking in my class that she tends to be in this forward flex position, I might have her do this exercise, but have her at a higher position with the adjustable foot holder. So now she assumes the knee stretches. She goes into that position, but she's not as flexed over in the spine. She can be a little bit more lifted. So we're just going to keep her here for purposes of the demo, because what I'm going to say, you want to make sure this proximal stability before distal mobility, the theme we have throughout the workout, is that she stays stable in the torso as she engages the glutes and the hamstrings and she presses the glide board up and then back down. Now, if I feel like she's having a little bit of trouble, I just use my leg to facilitate, and then eventually I pull myself away and I can stand back and get a look of how she's moving through the movement pattern. But teaching this exercise can be challenging, not only to teach to make sure that person remains stable, but it can be challenging for the individual. So there's a couple options. You might have the person do what's called a single thigh stretch, in which we basically have them go down low, but now they're just moving the leg back and forth. So it's a modified single thigh stretch. You might have learned it as Eve's lunge. That's one way to do it. So the intention is to keep very stable. Now, if I wanted her to work a round back, I'm going to have her assume that rounded position, and now all she's doing is just moving that leg, extending, and then flexing back in. So that's a modification. A way to just change the exercise around a little bit is you do it in a reverse fashion. So you can put your hands on the rails, and she can go into a round back position, staying slightly lifted, and now she's going to pull her knees into her chest and then back. We won't have her do too many of these. But that's another way to have someone feel like that connection, because it can be really hard to get someone to say, all right, how do I get this in my abs? Because all I feel is maybe my legs, or I don't feel anything at all. So sometimes just reversing them just to get that neurological input of this is where you want to feel it, and then turning them around can be really beneficial for your client or your participants.